Understanding cancer. What is a cancer? Cancer is okay. Let me just start from the basics. Okay, so the human body is made up of cells. I'm sure we learned this in primary school science that the human body, the basic unit of life is a cell. The cell is the basic unit of life, right? So if we break down the human being into pieces, tiny pieces, the most alive form or the tiniest version of the human being. I don't know whether I'm making sense. Is a cell, right? So you combine a lot of cells in order to form a human being. Cells come together to form a tissue comes together to form an organs come together to form an organ system, and organ systems come together to form the human being. I'm sure you have come across, you have learned this in primary school, basic science, right? So the cell is the basic unit of life. In order for the human being to grow, means the cells have to increase in number. So cells are constantly multiplying, right? Cells are constantly multiplying. Now, before I move on, if you have any questions whatsoever, kindly type in the chats. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know whether you agree or disagree with me. I mean, we are all learning, right? And let me know your experiences. Are there any things that bother your mind? Just let me know. Okay. All right. So, in order for the human being to grow, means your cells have to constantly be multiplying before you can grow in size. Your cells should increase, right? So there is this, but then they shouldn't grow too much, otherwise it will be giant, or your skin will become too thick, or your eyeballs become too big or something. So it means the multiplication of the cells has to be regulated. Okay, so while things are causing your cells to grow, other things are keeping it in check, like police. Okay, hey, you are growing too much, relax, don't grow excessively, calm down, that kind of thing. So there's regulation of the growth. Okay, but sometimes things go wrong, and I mean, some genetic problems may occur, something may happen, and then there's one particular cell, one stubborn cell decides to just grow and ignore the police that are telling us that stop growing, stop multiplying. It just decides that I'm not going to listen to anybody. I'm just going to multiply. You can't stop me. Nobody can stop me. Right. So if you look at the image at the bottom, I have 4 images. The first image is normal cells. Like I said, the body is made up of cells. Okay, so you have normal cells, they are the white ones. But then at a point, one of them decides to become abnormal and not listen to anybody again. So you can notice that in the second image, you have about 3 orange cells in there. Now, these 3 was just one that decided to multiply and became 2, and then multiplied again, it became 3. So just that one, that's just multiplying and increasing in number, not listening to anybody, right? Then in the third image, you can see that it is really increasing. Okay, and that's when we now start to feel what we call a lump. When someone has a cancer, one of the major signs that you present with is a lump, like a lump. You can feel a lump. Okay, so it means cells have, one particular cell has multiplied so much and accumulated as one spot so much, and it just forms a lump. And it can happen anywhere in the body. Once there are cells there, like I said, the cell is the basic unit of life. There's a cell that makes up the human body. So anywhere in the human body, once there are cells there can be cancer there. So in your head, in your brain, in your eyes, in your nose, in your tongue, in your legs, in your testes, in your ovaries, in your intestines, your stomach, in whatever part of the human body that comes into your mind, the cancer can come there. If one cell there decides to go haywire, right? So that's what happens. Now, another important thing to also remember is that the cells have a boundary. It's like Ghana has a boundary, has a border, right? If anybody crosses the border illegally, then the immigration guys can prosecute that person or whatever. I don't know, right? So that's what happens with the cells as well. But they have borders. They don't have to cross certain borders, and they are very respectful, very obedient. They don't. Unfortunately, the ones that decide to go haywire don't listen to instructions, they don't listen to rules, and so they don't care about crossing borders. They start to cross borders anyhow. And that is why in the final image, the first image, that you see in the first three images, there is a gray line underneath all the cells. In the first image, the cells have breached that gray line. And that's when we start to say the cancer is spreading. So initially we have local invasion of tissues. So let's say you have a cancer in your eye. The eye is very close to the brain, right? So when the cancer grows so much that it is entering the brain, it is what we call local invasion. But we also have a term that you usually hear in the hospitals. We say the cancer has metastasized. It has metastasized. I don't know which other layperson term to use for it, but then yes, what we see is that it means that it has a small part of it has chipped off, has moved through the blood, and has gone to deposit somewhere. So let's say primarily you have a cancer of the stomach, but then now you are seeing cancerous stomach cells in, let's say, the lungs. Means the cancer started from the stomach, but it has jumped to the lungs. That's metastasis. That's different from local spread. Local spread is growing so much that it is invading, right? So I just wanted to make some of these basic principles clear. I hope it makes sense. So let's be interactive. I'm sorry if I'm being a little geeky here. Just bear with me. I'm very sorry. If you have any questions, if you are getting confused, put question mark signs, plenty question mark signs in there. Let me know. And if you have specific questions, ask specific questions. I'll try my best to answer. Okay, so these are the basic principles I want us to understand. Cancer results from unregulated multiplication of cells. Okay, and cancer can occur anywhere in the body because cells are everywhere in the body. Once you know this, you will know peace.